mistrzostwach 2 medale. Srebro w mieczu długim zdobyła Agnieszka pierwszego dnia. Natomiast Maja zdobyła wczoraj nasze panie zdobyły jeszcze 2 medale. Srebro, brąz. Tak więc nasze...
So here we can see that the refs are still checking out the Polish team. I think there's some adjustments to the armor to be made of one of the fighters. I think we'll be fine to go in just a second.
Drodzy Państwo, zawodniczki Anglii już gotowe. Polki wybierają broń, wybierają uzbrojenie, z którym wyjdą w pole. Widać, że podobne założenia przyjęły oba zespoły na to starcie. Zarówno Polki, jak i Angielki przygotowały się. Dwie mają broń krótką i tarczę, a jedna ma broń długą. W zespole Anglii jest to topór bojowy, natomiast w zespole Polski Kamila będzie walczyła rumpią bronią długą.
So there you have the nice overview over the list today here at Malbork, and you can see that the weather is wonderful. It's warm out there, it's not too hot and not too cold, and the sun is almost, the sky is almost free of clouds. The sun is shining. It's perfect fighting weather today, ladies and gentlemen. And I guess that's what these 6 ladies down on the list there, 3 on the English side, 3 on the Polish side, are thinking as well. They are eager to get going with the first fight of the day.
Jeszcze przysłowiowe 5 minut i będą na pewno gotowe.
So apparently it's going to be a bit of a longer wait as the fighters are moving to the fence of the list to try and get a seat.
Bardzo dokładnego założenia, nawiązania rzemieni, dopięcia pasków, klamerek. Tak więc te kilka chwil, które jeszcze mogą się Państwu wydawać, że przedłużamy, nie, tak naprawdę zależy nam na pełnym przygotowaniu uczestniczych, aby nie trzeba było korzystać z pomocy medycznej, która niestety jest zasadna, ale chcemy ją jak najbardziej ograniczyć.
If the live stream is starting off a little gingerly today, then I apologize. We're having some technical problems up here at the right moment. So that means, A, I am not able to respond to your comments just as yet. I will give you a signal when I can finally see the live stream comments. And B, we are still sorting out some issues up here in the commentary box, in the technical box. So that means we will have to be a little bit patient with adjusting the camera angles and that stuff. But I'm very, very happy to say that this is going to be sorted out in a couple of minutes. So please be patient with us as we are about to head in the first cohort of the day. England now on your screen in white with a red St. George's cross on the tabard. And opposing them is the team from Poland in red circles with a white eagle. And here we go with the first bohort of the day. Poland versus England. Women's 3 versus 3. Cautious start from both teams. Polish fighters trying to stick together. The English trying to circle them a bit. And here we go with the first women's bohort of the day. And she gets a hold of her opponent. Now it's 3 against 2. Hard shots to the head of the English fighter. 2 against 1, trying to chop her down. Trying to get her to the ground. Hard shots to the back of the legs. And almost she gets the takedown. And there you can tell that these fighters are none short of the male fighters. They take just as hard hits and they dish out just as much punishment. And that's the takedown, and that's the win for Poland in the first women's bohort of the day. Round number 1, Poland wins. And one of the English fighters still on the ground, as we can tell, and it looks as though she was injured. She's got her right hand on her chest. I'm afraid she's taken a hard shot to the shoulder or the chest, I don't know yet. I'm afraid that does not look good. Not the start we were hoping for to this fight, to this fighting day. Now we'll have to wait and see whether we need the medics on site or not. And she's getting back to her feet now with a little support. She looks pale as snow. I hope she can continue. It looks as though she can. A supporter with her helmet is walking off the list now. So either we'll see a depleted English team or the team will concede the fight. We'll have to wait and see for a couple of seconds. So I can see 3 fighters on the Polish side of the list and only 2 fighters on the English side as of now. But I think the 3rd fighter is getting ready again. Yes, there we are. So I suppose England will be back at full strength in a second. Or I hope they will be. For this second round of fighting in the women's 3 versus 3 bohort category. The 3 teams competing according to my list are Poland, England and Spain. So Poland will have to stay on the list for the next fight. They will be fighting Spain according to my list. go with round number 2. England versus Poland. Poland in red, England in white with the red St. George's Cross. After a first round win for Poland, now the English fighters will of course be eager to make up for that. No sign of mercy here in this 3 versus 3 board. Just look at that, the shots are just as hard as the shots the men dish out. I can see an English fighter on the ground in the back, so it's 3 versus 2 now. 3 versus 1, and that is the end. That is the end of the first 3 versus 3 board of the day. Poland win 2-0.
Nasze polskim wzorem wczoraj rycerze w piątkach rekordowych całkiem szybko pokonują w obu starciach swoje przeciwniczki i biorą rewanż za drużynę 10-osobową, która, przypomnę, wczoraj Polska uległa tylko i wyłącznie drużynie Anglii i razem z drużyną angielską awansowała do dzisiejszych finałów. A już za chwilę Polska po drużyną z Hiszpanii.
Now we'll have some break.
The English team leaving the list now. There we can see them walking off the field, making way for their Spanish opponents who will be entering the list in a second to first face Poland and after that face England. Now, of course, we have a short break to give the Polish fighters, the Polish fighting ladies, a few moments to catch their breath again.
Drodzy Państwo, 5-minutowa przerwa związana jest z tym, że mamy w tej grupie zawodniczek 3 drużyny. A zatem, jak łatwo sobie wyobrazić, zawsze będzie tak, że któraś z drużyn będzie walczyła starcie pod rząd. No i teraz padło na reprezentantki Polski. One za chwilkę podejmą zawodniczki z Hiszpanii. Mają 5 minut przerwy.
Będzie walczyła od razu z Anglią.
Dokładnie, więc będzie i tak sprawiedliwe. W najlepszej sytuacji paradoksalnie jest Anglia, która teraz walczyła, teraz ma przerwę i potem będzie walczyła. Ona odpoczywa.
Przypomnijmy, że do finału przechodzą 2 najlepsze drużyny. Może tak zdarzyć, że Anglia
Quick check up by the refs. See if everything is in order. Chin strap secured. The helmet won't come off too easily. Quick look at weapons and helmet, just to see if everything is in order. See if protection is there at the back, at the spine.
ale oto na rawę wchodzą również zawodniczki spod znaku Białego Orła.
Spain are ready, and as it seems I can see the live stream now again, so I can see what you are commenting, and I will try to react to that as good as I can. As we are heading into the second bout of the day with Poland and Spain, difficult to keep these two apart. Poland in red with a white eagle, Spain in red with a yellow stripe over chest and back. Thank you, Andrea Pricefield. I'm doing my very best over here.
Hiszpanki w międzyczasie wymieniły broń drzewcową na jeszcze cięższą niż miały. Tak więc starają
So we can see the Polish team is ready and the Spanish team is ready as well, as I can see on the other camera. And here we go, and in the background maybe you can hear the Polish fans cheering for their national team in the women's 3 vs 3 bullhorn. And the Spanish off to a quick and very aggressive start. Good shots to the head, blocked with a shield and catch of the weapon. This massive two-handed falchion surely must hurt when you take it to the face. You see just how strong the Polish fighters are. Takedown there, and something's come off the back of the helmet of the Spanish fighter, and she goes down as well. And that's the end of round number 1. A quick victory for Poland in this duel.
przybliża nasze, chciałoby się powiedzieć, orłanki, nasze orłanki do finału.
Drodzy Państwo, widać, że nasze zawodniczki w formie.
And one of the Spanish fighters still on the ground. She's taken a few hard shots to the head. I think she's going to take a second till she gets back to her feet.
Doświadczyła przyjemności w tej chwili Agnieszka z naszych fajnych, które teraz walczyły.
And she's back on her feet now, marching back to her side of the list.
Drodzy Państwo, świetnie poszło polskim reprezentantkom. Teraz znów zmiana. Z tego co widzę, na broni długiej pojawi się za plecami Mai.
I think it's great that we can finally see some competitive 3 vs 3 women's bullhorns. This is something I've been missing in the World Championships in the last years. And I'm looking forward to even more teams joining the ranks of the bullhorn category on the women's side. Great to see the girls fight, really great.
Teraz mają inne założenia, ponieważ wszystkie trzy mają
So you can see the Polish fighters getting ready.
więc inny pewnie będą chciały przyjąć opór tej walki, inną zasadę i
Spain are prepared as well. Poland have taken the first round victory. They come off a 2-0 victory against England. And now they're facing off against Spain, and they were on the first round. And here we go with round number 2 as soon as Poland are ready, and I think they are now. Here we go, Spain advancing quickly again. And again a quick start, and this time a good start for Spain. Takedown. And now they're outnumbering their Polish opponents. A good start for Spain in this round. Now the Polish fighters trying to defend each other, but this is the end. Victory for Spain in this round. Victory for Spain. After an early takedown on one of the Polish fighters. And I can see the frustration.
Okazuje się, że nie zadawanie ciosów, a obejmowanie, uchwyty wokół szyi, piersi powodowały największe straty w naszej drużynie. Na to trzeba zwrócić uwagę przy kolejnym rozstrzygającym na pewno starciu.
Drodzy Państwo, a teraz jeszcze raz wielkie brawa dla naszych zawodniczek.
Potrzebujemy najbardziej.
Mamy remis 1-1.
So we head into a decisive round in Poland versus Spain.
Polskie reprezentantki zmieniają nieco strategię.
We can see some talking to the Polish team on the left-hand side of the list.
Dziś w formule 5 na 5 z rodami przybył doradza, wspiera doświadczeniem również nasze zawodniczki. Zawodniczki z Hiszpanii gotowe, przygotowane. One stwierdziły, że zwycięskiego składu się nie zmienia, więc znów z tarczami zrezygnowały z broni drzewcowej. Polskie reprezentantki z bronią drzewcową chcą kontynuować.
Nie zmieniły techniki, która pomogła im wygrać z Anglią i pomogła wygrać w pierwszym starciu z Hiszpanią.
And here we go with round number 3. Spain advancing from the right-hand side, Poland from the left-hand side, and Poland have got to make up for this surprising second-round loss to the Spanish team. And they'll be hoping not to suffer an early takedown again as they did in the last round. But this does not look good, and Spanish fighter on the ground now. Spanish fighter on the ground. And now they're outnumbering their opponents. 2 against 1 over here. Trying to get a good grip, trying to go for the takedown. She tries to get the grip. And there's the whistle. There are the refs. Or no, they're not. I'm slightly confused now. Poland in 3, Spain in 2. And now it's equal. And down they go, both fighters on the ground. So now it's just Poland versus Spain, 1 versus 1. And this looks a little bit better for a Spanish fighter now. She's got the better grip of her opponent. And down they go, both of them. And if I'm seeing correctly, the Polish fighter has not touched the ground. So if I have seen it correctly, that means round number 3 goes to Poland by just a margin of a few inches.
Czekamy jeszcze na oficjalną decyzję sędziów. Czy zaliczą zwycięstwo drużynie polskiej, czy też uznają remis? Już za chwilę.
Czekamy na oficjalny werdykt. Czy to będzie remis, czy to będzie zwycięstwo? Nawet remis.
A więc jednak jeszcze jedno starcie, ale zawsze utrudnione, tak więc może jest to...
And apparently this round was actually judged as a draw, so that means we will head into a 4th round. There we have the official confirmation. 4th round between Spain and Poland. What a hard-fought battle.
Tak, drodzy Państwo, dopingujemy Polska. Teraz wszystko
So the Polish girls getting ready again, their Spanish opponents just as much. Polish team ready for round number 4.
Drodzy Państwo, starcie.
Here we head into the 4th round.
Polki postawiły wszystko na jedną kartę, zdecydowały o zupełnie innym ustawieniu. Będą chciały zmieść zawodniczki z Hiszpanii z powierzchni ziemi, ponieważ mamy 2 bronie długie. Dziewczyny nie mają tarcz ze sobą, tylko Maja ma tarczę, więc to jej zadaniem będzie nieco osłaniać swoje koleżanki z drużyny, no ale jakie założenia, to możemy jedynie zgadywać.
Może oprócz ciosów tą długą bronią będą mogły łatwiej nasze Polki zakładać uchwyty wokół szyi zawodniczek z Hiszpanii. Okazuje się, że to jest bardzo skuteczny.
So we're waiting for the Spanish team to be ready. Poland apparently already prepared for the next fight. Round number 4 in this matchup between Spain and Poland. First round was a victory for Poland. Second round went to Spain. And the 3rd round that we've just seen has been a draw.
Proszę Państwa, kto wygra mecz?
And in the background you can hear the crowd cheering, Polska, Polska. Not a surprise ahead of this fight, of this 4th round. Poland charging much more aggressively than before, trying to stick close to each other, creating no space for an attack. And a quick takedown for Spain. And there's an interruption. And the Polish fighter is down, and that means 3 against 1, and that means victory for Spain. Discussions among the referees. And I think the reason for the Spanish victory was actually a faulty helmet. On the Polish side, a helmet, the visor popped open. Look at the Polish fighter with the black visor on the left-hand side of the screen. Maybe we can see it on the replay. As we have the official confirmation. And there you can see the visor is open. She signals the visor is open. And then it just pops open again with the next hit. And then the referee decides this is too dangerous, this is too risky. So they stop it and stand her down. There you can see she's being sat down, and that means victory for Spain. 2-1 after 4 rounds of action. Disappointed Polish fighters, and now the next fight will be England versus Spain, so we get a couple of minutes to catch our breaths, so to delay these.
Proszę Państwa, no teraz mamy taką sytuację, że Polska ma jedno zwycięstwo, Hiszpania ma drugie. Jeśli by się okazało, że Anglia pokona teraz zmęczone Hiszpanię, bo Anglia przecież bardzo długo wypoczywała, będą zliczane małe punkty. I sytuacja nie będzie wcale ciekawa. Tak naprawdę nam powinno zależeć, aby to Hiszpania wygrała z Anglią.
Drodzy Państwo, mamy chwilkę przerwy teraz, żeby Hiszpanki były odpocząć. A już za chwilkę Anglia zmierzy się właśnie do tego, dokładnie do tego starcia finałowego właściwie, a będą nie odbywały dwie najlepsze drużyny oczywiście. Siłą rzeczy będą to te drużyny, które się ze sobą mierzyły.
Ale gdyby się okazało, że z Hiszpanią Anglia teraz wygra, to los Polski nie jest wcale jeszcze oczywisty. Mieli wtedy sytuację, każda drużyna będzie miała zwycięstwo.
Drodzy Państwa, co jeszcze przed nami dzisiaj? Dzisiaj przed nami około godziny 11. Pokaz średniowiecznego tańca w wykonaniu zespołu z Litwy, a potem dalsze starcia grupowe.
W międzyczasie można
Apologize, my bad, sorry. So the Spanish fighter is now on the list,
udział Polski w wielkim finale.
getting ready for their fight against England, and Spain coming off a well-deserved win over Poland, a 2-on-1 win in a 4-round battle. First round went to Poland, then Spain won round number 2, a draw in the 3rd round, and Spain won the 4th round due to a technical failure on one of the Polish fighters, but they were already in advantage after a quick takedown. Sandra, after this fight, the 2 best teams of these sort of group stage of the women's 3 versus 3, which at this point should be Poland and Spain, will be going to a decisive round, will be going to a final round, and then we will have the winner of the gold medal in the women's 3 versus 3 nomination.
pysk sam zbiera się bardzo dużo ciepłego powietrza, bardzo niekomfortowe jest tak długie oczekiwanie, więc mam nadzieję, że Hiszpanki już zaraz przystąpią do walki. Ale zmierza do nas chyba czwarta zawodniczka reprezentacji Hiszpanii. To ta, której wejście na murawę odwróciło losy spotkania z Polską. To jej sprawne zakładanie uścisków, uchwytów zapaśniczych wokół szyi polskich rycerek doprowadziło do zwycięstwa Hiszpanek.
I would love to know what the referees are discussing here.
Do pierwszego starcia ta rycerka również wejdzie, czy dopiero oczekiwać jej będziemy w starciu drugim.
England versus Spain. Spain getting a few last words from their pole arm silver medalist, who's still suffering from the consequences of his 7-round war against the English. New crowned world champion. Spain versus England. I think we're almost ready to start. And Sandra, may I point out that this is not the United Kingdom, this is particularly England.
The next fight will be England and Spain, minus the lady from Argentina.
Drodzy Państwo, ze względu na to, że okazało się, że w reprezentacji Hiszpanii znajdowała się zawodniczka z Argentyny, została ona zdyskwalifikowana.
So we're still waiting for the fight to commence. England have been ready for quite a while now, and I think Spain are about to be battle ready as well. So here we finally go with England versus Spain. England coming off a 2-0 loss against Poland, and Spain coming off a 2-1 victory against Poland. Good shots to the head of the English fighter, and now it's 3 against 2. 2 against 2. And a good grip now on her opponent, so she can try and go for the takedown. Does she get it? Does she get it? I think she almost has it. Yeah, she's got it. They're both down. That fight has been stopped. And I'm not entirely sure why. And apparently that's a win for England. And I'm afraid I can't quite tell you why that is a win for England right now.
Drodzy Państwo, zobaczymy, jak ułożą się nasze starcia grupowe. Ważne będą małe punkty, jeżeli Anglia zwycięży. Na razie 1-0 dla Anglii. Przypominam, że Polki z Anglii z Angielkami wygrały, natomiast przegrały z zawodniczkami z Hiszpanii. Dlatego tu jeszcze wszystko się może zdarzyć.
Sorry if I seem a bit confused to you now, but I really can't tell why the Spanish fighter was sat down.
A urwały punkt również Hiszpankom, więc wydaje się, że w małych punktach Polska
But
będzie miała
it is
korzystną.
evident that this first round goes to England.
Nie wiadomo jeszcze, jaka jest decyzja sędziów odnośnie udziału Argentynki w przegranym dla Polski starciu z Hiszpanami, z Hiszpankami.
Something dropping off the back of the Spanish fighter right now. And if I'm not mistaken, she has changed helmets and something's come off the back. I saw it falling to the ground there, I think. So some more repairs to do on the back of. And here we go. And a very aggressive start from the English fighters, trying to go for an early takedown here. The Spanish fighter shifts her strategy, moves to a new target, and one of the Spanish fighters down on the ground. So it's now 2 versus 2, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, 2 versus 2 indeed. And now let's see who gets the winning strike, the winning takedown. Spanish and English fighter clinched up against the fence over there at the English side of the list. And she's not holding her weapon anymore. She should be warned by the referees that she has to hold on to her weapon. And that looks like a stalemate now. And here come the other 2 fighters. And now it's really a massive cluster there. And the ref's in between them and tells her to pick up her weapon. And this looks like utter confusion to me at this very moment. And she had to have grabbed a spare weapon, but the mace is still hanging from her arm. That cannot be very effective. A hard shot with a shield. And she looks dazed to me. She's staggered, I think. Hard shot to the fence. Massive cluster over here right now. And stop. The fight is stopped. The English fighter has lost her helmet. She'll be stood down, and she is really, really angry right now. She's out of this, no doubt about that. That means 1 against 2, England versus Spain. So 2 Spanish fighters, 1 English fighter. So that, of course, now a massive disadvantage for the English fighter. The refs are still talking by the side of the list. Still some discussions to do. So now we're waiting for the decision of the referees on how this fight is going to continue. And off we go again with England versus Spain. England depleted to one fighter. Or no, it's 1 against 1. The Spanish fighter has been sat down as well. Sorry for missing out on that. So now it's 1 against 1. And now they're trying to get the trip takedown. Hard clinching here. Strikes with a mace. None of them really able to land significant strikes in this situation. A few headbutts from the English fighter. Now the Spanish fighter is able to create some distance. And the refs are in between. And I think there's a failure of armor. Yes, the chin cap has come off. Sorry, the kneecap. And she's being stood down, and that is the victory for England. Victory for England. 2-0 victory.
Nie, niestety nie, ponieważ w poprzednim starciu werdyktem sędziowskim z tych najnowszych ustaleń jednak chyba zostanie to zwycięstwo zapisane dla Polski ze względu na tą dyskwalifikację Argentyny. Pokażę, drodzy Państwo, więc finał będziemy...
This was a really odd fight today. A really weird fight, I have to admit that. Sorry for all of you who are confused by the way this match has gone. You are no less confused than I am.
Zaproszone w pole, te będą walczyło pierwsze miejsce. Tutaj panie zawalczyły...
And some of the decisions of the referees I myself cannot understand, and I can't explain them either.
A już za chwilę nastąpi ostateczne rozwiązanie kwestii medalowej. Niemniej jednak trzy drużyny potrzebują oklasków dla tej całej pięknie pokazują już swoje
And here we can see the United States team marching up.
oczy. Proszę Państwa, już wszystko wiemy w związku z tym niespodziewanym trochę udziałem Argentynki. Do
And if
finału
I'm not-
przechodzi Anglia z jednym zwycięstwem i Polska z 2 zwycięstwami.
Yes, Makoto, I can see your chat.
Starcie Anglia-Polska. Teraz mamy 5 minut przerwy, a zaraz po nim starcie Anglia-Polska.
So if I heard correctly, the finals will be Poland versus England. A very chaotic 3 versus 3 bullhood group stage, I admit that. And now I think we will be heading into the 5 versus 5 final stage. Makoto, it's very possible that it was an armor failure that led to the disqualification, but the signals of the referees have not been very clear, so I can't confirm that, unfortunately, as of now. And Sandra, turn on the lights.
Kto wygra mecz? Kto?
And here is the Polish team ready for battle. Let's hope we don't see any more armor failures. Let's hope we can see some clean fighting.
I wszyscy razem. Polska!
A walczymy o złoty medal w tej chwili. Walczymy o pierwsze miejsce.
And you can see the crowds cheering Polska, Polska, and I can see some British flags up there in the stands. And we're already on the way with round number 1. England versus Poland in the 3 versus 3 final fight.
Dwie Angielki atakują jedną Polkę. Polka pojawiła się na tyłach. Znów rozbicie
Hard knocks with the shield. And I think she can't see very much anymore. Just look at the speed in which... And she's down! 3 versus 2. Poland in the advantage now. Numerical advantage for Poland. One of the Polish fighters holding good control of the English fighter, and the referee stands them apart now. And now it's 2 against 1. 1 against 1. The English fighter stands her ground, stays on her feet. Good shot to the head with a shield. Now let's see who gets control in this fight, in this first round. I can hear the crowds cheering, Polska, Polska. And I see an elbow cap loose on the Polish fighter, and the ref's seen it too. She'll have to get that fixed. Yes, there it is, it's come off. And then hopefully that is not the end of her in this fight. It is! 1-0 for England. England win the first round. Teppo, I totally agree. Armor failures suck, but they're part of the sport, unfortunately, and it's a shame that we see them so often today already in women's sports. On the other hand, take a look at the hits those armors have taken.
Wszyscy, żeby zdobyły złoty medal, muszą wygrać 2 następne starcia. Ciężkie zadanie, ale jak najbardziej do wykonania. One nam dzisiaj pokazały, że świetnie sobie poradziły w walkach.
And here comes the Danish team on their way towards the list.
Drodzy Państwo, a nadchodzi...
They're in the finals in 10 versus 10. I can still remember the crushing defeat they've handed to my compatriots from Austria. A very, very hard loss for my fellow Austrians. Kieran, you're absolutely right. You're not allowed to engage with the dropped weapon, but what you are allowed to do is run back to your side of the list and get a spare weapon, or use a spare weapon you are carrying on yourself. Sandra, absolutely correct. It's hard for women to get opportunities to test their weapon in melee, so it's not a surprise that there are some failures today. Still, it's a shame to see fights end due to armor failures. I can't say anything other than that. Now, round number 2, Poland versus England. England in white with the red St. George's cross. Poland in red with a white eagle on the back and the left side of the chest. And here we go with round number 2. And that was not a takedown. English fighter being brutalized here. And the ref's in between, and I think he's standing her down. Yes, he is. So now the numerical advantage for Poland. Good shots with the shield. Catches the poleaxe. A few good shots to the head. Discussions between the English fighter and the ref there by the side of this fight. And the English fighter has obviously dropped her weapon. Yes, I can see the poleaxe lying on the ground. So she's going to go get another one. And she has gotten another one. And there she comes. And I think the Polish fighter has been disarmed as well. The English fighter has been stood down. I don't know why. I'm slightly confused, I admit. But apparently it's a win for Poland. I'd love to see a replay of why the English fighter had to get down on her knees. And I think there we have it. Strikes to the back of the knee. There we can see it strikes to the back of the knee of the Polish fighter. Well, apparently that was the reason why she's been stood down. And that's not what I want to see, frankly. That's just uncalled for. That's unnecessary. You can see the crowd already in the stands so early in the day. Good mood over here. And we're ready to go with round number 3. England advancing, Poland advancing. Now who makes the first move in the charge for the gold medal? This is round number 3. This is the decisive round in this fight. English fighter on the ground. Numerical advantage now. Good shots to the head with the shield. And that's the stoppage. That's the stoppage. The refs are in between. And that means the win goes to Poland, and that means the gold medal goes to Poland. Wielkie brawa! Congratulations to Poland. And now we're opening the list for a bit of all versus all entertainment before we head into the next fights on the final stage in the group battles of the men. And if I'm not mistaken, those fights will be taken over by Zorik. I hope he appears up here in the commentary box pretty soon. Because if I'm correct, then the next final stage will be 5 versus 5, and that means the United States team is in there, and that, of course, is something that Zorik wants to take over himself. And I can absolutely understand that.
udało zebrać się aż 3 reprezentantek, chciały dla Państwa jeszcze zawalczyć. I tak też mamy zawodniczkę ze Stanów Zjednoczonych i zawodniczkę z Luksemburga. Wielkie brawa, drodzy Państwo! Ona przyszła też, żeby pokazać, że u nich również...
Clary Dixon, if you can just push them over, that is basically the main point of group battles of Bohort. Taking out the opponent, it's fair, everybody can do that, everybody is allowed to just push an opponent over. It's your job to defend yourself from being pushed over, and if you can't do that, then you will probably lose the group battle.
Tutaj mam nadzieję kocioł na murawie. A to tylko kolejny punkt rozgrzewający nasze emocje. Bo już wkrótce panowie...
So now we have a little bit of women's all versus all coming up before we head into the 5 versus 5.
Zawodników do 10, aby skończyć dzisiejsze mistrzostwa koronną, walką o złoto, dwoma drużynami 16-osobowymi. Stany Zjednoczone i Polska. Na to czekamy na grand finale.